It's time grown-ups took the future seriously. Move over 60 minutes. It's time for Kids Talk Politics. Travel with Kids Talk Politics, 9,000 miles across the face of America, as we meet over 100 enthusiastic Republicans, Democrats, and Independents who all share one thing in common. We're all kids. Kids tell it like it is. We know a lot more than adults think.
Even though McCain is Obama's ahead in the race, remember what happened 4 years ago? John Kerry was in the lead and George Bush still won. Go McCain! Go McCain! Go McCain!
You know what? McCain is insane. And you know what? At least Obama has a brain and he's gonna win. So McCain, you better watch out because Obama is stepping up and he has a lot of people on his side.
In fact, maybe it's time for children to get a vote.
I don't see why kids aren't allowed to vote. They're just like adults, except adults are bigger and can drive and stuff.
Then kids get to put like their kind of hope into what we want.
Kids should have a vote in their future.
It should be something, not like a test, but something kind of like that. So that, because if there's a kid that's like really irresponsible and stuff, then they just like go crazy.
All the adults get to go to the fancy buildings and go in a room where it's all pressuring and stuff and write a name on a piece of paper.
If we get to choose this president, it's our generation, not the adults. So we should be able to vote instead of the adults. Well, they should be able to vote too.
And once kids have the vote, why not a kid president?
I think I could handle it. Just be a little hard to organize all that stuff and all this stuff and all that stuff.
I know everything about being a president.
To run the country, to stop war, I think I'd really want to do that.
I make a big difference in the world.
Future president. Future president. I would get planes filled with food, healthy food, clean water, send them all over like India, Africa, the Congo, Iraq.
And I'd also see if I could fit $5,200,000 budget in rebuilding some rainforests.
Sometimes I think that maybe I'd like to be president, but in the end, I don't really think so because there are so many decisions you have to make as president and all that ink stuff from all the boom, booms.
It's a whole job.
Well, I'd like to be queen of the world, not president. When I'm queen of the world, I will have the chance to boss everyone around, which I really like to do, and be the leader of everything. First day of my queenhood, I would search the castle, see what there was, and probably want to get lost.
Come on, Marissa, queen of the world? Let's get back down to earth.
McCain.
I think that McCain should be president because if he was tough enough to be held hostage in the prisoner of war, he's tough enough to be president. Obama will bomb us! Obama will bomb us!
I like John McCain because I think he's more like understanding and he gets what he's thinking about and he knows what he's saying. My grandpa, he knows a lot about the elections and he told me that there was a person that John McCain was with when he was trapped that they'd make like a shirt out of bamboo and inside of it he wrote a little eagle. And the people from the other side found that out and actually beat him for a really long time. And his eyes were all swollen, but he came back out there and started making another one.
John McCain was a hero in the Vietnam War, but now it's like, how many years was that? Like 40, 30?
When you're old, you're very wise, and he has more experience.
I want to vote for John McCain because he's a Republican too.
I think McCain should win because he's really cool and I think he'd be a great leader.
I don't really like George Bush, and I think that McCain would just be like a replica of George Bush.
I like McCain because he does not want to raise taxes.
He's nice, and he's smart, and he's
Old, so
he might die.
I hope he doesn't get sick, but I don't think he's too old.
I think he's a little too old.
He's not that old. He's still gonna make it.
It doesn't matter if you're old or young, you can still be president.
Really personally, I really want my grandparents to be president because same thing, their hearing goes, their eyesight goes, they can't pronounce words, their body's falling apart, and it's a very stressful job.
I wouldn't vote for McCain because he said he's gonna keep the war going for like 100 years.
President John McCain. Soon to be President John McCain, hopefully. I think he would make a good president because he believes in just getting the war over with like I do. I believe we should just go and make a clean sweep through the area where all the terrorists where we're fighting the terrorists and just eliminate them.
Obama stinks as much as week-old rotten eggs mixed with half mauled fish.
McCain stinks more than poop. In our time right now, 2008, I mean, it's a historic year for everything because a first woman ran for president.
Senator Clinton, thank you so much for making women think that they have a purpose. Thank you.
Gold Woodward.
And a first African American.
I'm not prejudiced, and like I just want to know like opinion on what he's gonna do. I don't really care, black, white, Spanish, Puerto Rican, anything. I don't care what he is. I just want a good president.
I like Barack Obama because I think he's gonna do better things for us.
I mean, I really want Obama to win. Because, I mean, it'll be really cool to finally have a black male in the White House. And it'll sort of start a new chapter. Because, I mean, to me, that really shows you that no matter what color you are, you can be whatever you want to be.
There's been many historical people and that were African Americans, but also very bad African Americans who were born in America, but they weren't but they didn't want to be with America.
And Barack Obama won't do bad things.
Obama should be president because I feel that he's a lot smarter than McCain. Here's one fact. He's the person that might lead us to a new world.
Obama stinks for the rotten eggs with old meatloaf.
I really like Obama because he's up to date. He has kids that are my age. He knows what schools need and what schools don't need. He just has all the right qualities of what our president needs.
Even though Barack Obama has Reverend Wright as a preacher, that even though he may have said some things that are a little bit out there, that it doesn't matter what, I think that he doesn't have to represent all of Barack Obama.
I've heard a lot of his speeches, and when he does it, he says, my preacher is usually a pretty good man, but sometimes bad things come out of his head.
I think Obama is awesome and he should win because he's awesome!
He makes me feel like there's a whole bunch of hope.
I always wanted a black president, and of course I'm a black black boy.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plain.